Hi, welcome to Love Goddess Tarot. Today's pick a card love reading is going to focus on messages for you about your soulmate. And I have 4 piles for you to choose from. Group 1, you have the key. And underneath I have 2 moon cards, which are really going to focus on you and your soulmate's kind of energy right now, messages that are about the 2 of you coming together. I just felt like very called to pull moon cards for the soulmate energy, and I decided to pull 2. So that's what you're going to see first. And group 2, you have the dog. Group 3, you have the sun. And group 4, you have the ring. These are from the Lenormand. So see which energy you're feeling. As always, timestamps are below. Skip ahead to the pile you're drawn to. If you can't decide, you can listen to more than one on this. I would try to focus and pick one today. But if you can't, then by all means, just trust your intuition. Have fun most of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll see you in just a minute. Hi, number 1, you were drawn to the key today, and we're looking at soulmate messages. I chose 2 moon cards today to kind of reflect the energy of you and your soulmate, where you're at right now, any messages that you need, and kind of like that energy of whatever is sort of bringing you together or possibly keeping you apart. We're starting with the key here for you. The key in the Lenormand deck is all about information, knowledge. Think of it as you have the key to unlock some sort of mystery. It can also be connected to education, to learning, to knowledge. Okay, so what was interesting about yours, and when I pulled these cards, I thought, wow, that is pretty wild. Okay, is that both of your cards are Sagittarius messages, which is connected in astrology to learning, knowledge, higher thinking, the 9th house. You got 2 of the same. So you got look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, and you see the arrow there. And luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, which is so interesting because we started with the key. So I was excited when I saw this. And I also was excited because I thought, wow, you know, when you look at it, it's kind of like the key could look like an arrow, which I thought was pretty amazing. But also just the meaning behind the key is very much connected to Sagittarius energy. So this is a very strong indication that there is some sort of Sagittarius connection here for you. Now, if you know your astrological chart, maybe you're sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius, or if you're not, that's absolutely fine. Maybe it's just the fact that you're someone who is looking at the bigger picture, who is interested in these things about higher learning, about what's out there, you know, what's the meaning of the universe. You're at a tarot reading right now, so obviously there's something inside you, no matter what your sign is, that is interested in astrology, in tarot, and all of those things are connected to the 9th house, which is that seeking knowledge energy of Sagittarius. So fascinating. Okay, so let's start with look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sag, luck is on your side, new moon in Sag. Okay, is there something that you've been wanting to do that you haven't? Is there something you've been wanting to learn? Is there a place you've been wanting to go? Is there some way that you want to expand yourself? Because Sagittarius is all about expansion. So, you know, expansion can be traveling to a foreign place, learning about different cultures. All of that is Sagittarius in nature. It can also be about studying because it rules higher education, learning, knowledge. So is there something you want to learn? Is there a place you want to go? Is there like a bigger area for you to kind of connect in terms of relationships, because that's where the love energy, the soulmate, is found. Okay, it feels like the 2 of you have a lot in common. Okay, you both came through with the Sagittarius, the full moon and the new moon. The full moon and the new moon are about 2 weeks apart. So with when we're looking at like wand energy here, which is what Sagittarius is, that fire sign energy, it moves fairly quickly. So it feels to me like you and your soulmate are just slightly off. You know what I mean? You're kind of on the same path, you're on the same track. It just feels like, and I feel like it's you are slightly ahead of them in terms of figuring out what it is you want in life and kind of what your interests are. This person feels slightly behind. It could also mean that they are slightly younger, not a lot, just slightly. So I would say 2 years as the max here. Okay. But yeah, this is a lot of fire. This is a lot of knowledge, learning, and kind of big thinking, and possibly travel coming through. But let's get down to the details. I'm going to pull some tarot and see what comes through here. But very exciting because you're both on the same path. You're both heading in the same direction. As I said, I just think you're slightly ahead of this person. So it's not far off, I don't think, for you two to meet. But there is something about you needing to look, like, think bigger, and that'll just mean whatever it means for you. Let's see what comes through. Okay, so we have the Mother of Cups. Oh my gosh. Wow. We have a perfect match. The Mother of Cups and the Father of Cups, King and Queen of Cups. Okay. The Mother of Cups came through reversed, which is interesting. Something about thinking about the bigger picture. The Mother of Cups is actually looking towards the past, and the King is looking towards the future. Okay. So this is exactly lining up for me about this kind of idea of you having to open up in some way. Look at the bigger picture was your message. Luck is on your side was your soulmate's message. So there's something that you need to expand about, and it's coming through as cups. It's coming through as opening up your heart. Maybe there's something, maybe you've been closed off in some way. That's again about being closed off. And when the Queen is reversed, it can also mean that you're not taking care of yourself, okay? Maybe you're not setting boundaries. Maybe you're stretching yourself too thin. Maybe you're an empath and you're extremely emotional. And when people around you are hurting, or you know, if there's a lot of, you know, stress or a lot of emotions going on, you have such empathy that it's hard for you to really move forward because you're really like hurt by other people's hurt, right? This can also be about like maybe you ignoring your emotions or suppressing them instead of, you know, expressing how you feel. So there's something in your life that is really, it's got you sort of keeping down or pressing down those feelings, or just being wrapped up in someone else's so much. But you need to focus on the bigger picture. You need to think about your life, this big expansive life out there, okay? Because you have the Father of Cups coming through on the other side. This is unbelievable. It's amazing. But when these two cards came out together, I was like, wow, this is going to be quite the reading. And now I'm really, really struck by it. Okay, so these are water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and as I said, we don't have to, you know, these signs are just really connecting us with the energies. With cups, it's about your emotions. With wands, it's about your inspiration, your fire, your passion. Okay, so you've got to get your passion going. You've got to set your sights on a long-term goal, and you have to focus on you and what it is you really want to do, because your partner is ready, you know, they're facing the future, you're facing the past, so you want to connect. Let's see what else comes through. That's amazing. What else do we have about the soulmate energy? Okay, what's that? Aha. Ooh, swordies. Let's turn these around so we can see what they are. we have the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Okay. The Seven of Swords is keeping one eye open, right? This little fox hiding a sword. Seven of Swords can be somebody, you know, lying, being a liar, someone's deceived you, someone's hurt you. There's some anxiety around being hurt. There's some anxiety around someone lying. Maybe this is something that has happened to you already in a relationship, and that could be the block. It could also be that you are turning a blind eye to something that's going on in your life and around you. Okay, this could be someone you're dating now, or an ex, or a situation within yourself. But this is definitely a warning to focus on honesty and truth in relationship, and let go of anything or anyone that isn't being above board, okay? Because the Seven of Swords asks, are you lying to yourself? Are you doubting yourself? Or maybe you have something, a secret that's holding you down, and you need to speak up because it's giving you a lot of anxiety and stress. That could be that blocked emotional energy of the Queen of Cups that came through. That also works back to the message of the key, which is about knowledge, sometimes hidden knowledge, okay? So there's something here about hidden knowledge, a secret, deception of some sort. With the Nine of Swords reversed, it's you being bogged down by negative thoughts, right? So there's that fear, that anxiety. So just be gentle with yourself. You have the Queen of Cups reversed. You need to be gentle and compassionate with yourself. And just know that whatever the situation is, it's temporary and it will pass. Look at the big picture. We need to step outside of that, because look what's waiting for you, right? That's where the soulmate energy is. Ooh, intense. Okay, I'm going to pull you a goddess oracle. Let's see what other messages come through about the soulmate. Advice. Yeah, whenever these two cards come up, you might want to get help or talk to someone. The advice card is really about seeking support when you need it, okay? With that Queen blocked, that emotions blocked, with this coming through as sort of a block for you right now, it's definitely a time when you want to reach out to other people who can help, whether that's a therapist, whether that's a financial advisor, somebody who can help you with whatever the issue is. Okay, runner. So very interesting. For some reason, this card, this is my deck, so I designed it. And when I designed it, I was thinking of Sag energy, because sometimes Sagittariuses are always seeking an adventure to the point where they don't want to settle and be secure. So you just want to think about that too, because the Sagittarius energy is expansive and you want to do those things, but you also don't want to run from whatever this mental anguish that you have is causing you, right? So you want to get that settled first in order to go and do the adventure with a clear heart, a clear mind, and not use the adventure as an escape from whatever this represents. Okay, so this energy of conflict, a deception, and stress is going to be different for different people. So whatever that represents for you, get that sorted first, because when you do that, then you can connect, right? Because then you can run to someone rather than running away from something. Okay, anything else? Yeah, clean slate. This is exactly what I was saying. You have to have a clean slate to get this beautiful energy moving and connecting with that soulmate. There's some messy situation here, and it's going to be different for each person, but you probably know what we all know what our messy situation is, even if we don't want to admit it. So just focus on getting that clean, because then when you focus on the bigger picture, you're able to connect. Okay, so now from the Aphrodite deck, this is also mine, the Love Goddess. Let's see what messages about your soulmate come through today. Number one. Ooh, Ooh, Cancreus, Aphrodite's rival, competition, frenemy, enemy, opponent. Love is being blocked. That's that 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Now, the opponent can be yourself. You can be your own worst enemy. For some of you, that might be it. This can also be someone who, as I said, is keeping you in this place of anxiety and stress. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a coworker, whether it's an ex, that is the issue that needs to be resolved in order for you to move forward and connect with the beautiful King of Cups, because we have a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. Your soulmate energy is connecting with someone who is balanced, emotionally available, sensitive. Okay, they could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They don't have to be, but this is really about someone who is nurturing. Okay, that's what you're moving towards. Ooh, let's roll the astro dice and see if there's any other advice from the astrological point of view. Okay, so you have, interesting, the moon, Cancer. This is King of Cups, Queen of Cups energy, water sign energy. You have Capricorn. Capricorn, interesting. We have mother and father here, okay? The Cancer energy and the Capricorn energy. This is 4th house, 10th house. This can also mean a connection to work, okay? There could be a work-life balance that you need to get. You know, maybe you're working too hard. Maybe you're not working hard enough, but there's some sort of balance that needs to come through. This can also show sort of that opposites attract energy, which is very enticing. But I feel like with this message for you, it's really about getting that balance back, okay? Some of you might be moms. The Queen of Cups is a lot of times a mother energy, and you're nurturing someone a lot and not focusing on yourself. Okay, you have Pluto, which is transformation and change. It's also releasing and endings, going back to that sword energy, the 7 and the 9, and the 8th house. The 8th house is interesting. It's all about passion, what you're sharing with someone else. So there's a lot coming through for you in the future. Now, this one's the most interesting. This is the 9th house in astrology, which is, drum roll, Sagittarius. So yeah, the Sagittarius message, the 9th house, about opening up to a big world, opening up to foreign people, places, cultures, new ideas, higher education, philosophy, all of that is coming through for you. So once you get whatever this block is sorted, you have this beautiful match, soulmate, coming through. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, 2 Sages. I mean, beautiful. That is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to explore this more, or if you'd like to find out anything else about love, I do offer personal readings. The links are below. It takes about a week. Video recorded just like this. And all my decks are for sale. Those links are below as well. I am sending you so much love. Oh, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all those things. They're free and they really, really help. I am sending you lots of love. See you soon. Hey, number 2, you were drawn to the message of the dog. The dog in the Lenormand is all about a companion. It's about someone who is completely faithful to you. It's the energy of companionship, of loyalty, of best friend. Okay, just think about dogs and just how amazing they are in terms of being there for you, in terms of caring, in terms of, you know, just absolute unconditional love. And that's what you get with the dog card, okay? So we are looking at messages for you today about soulmate energy. And what I did was I pulled 2 cards from the moon deck, from Moonology, to see what came through in terms of you and your partner, just to get an idea of what kind of energy is around your soulmate and you right now, or any possible ways to connect, just to see what messages came through. And you have surrender to the divine, full moon, which is your message, and your soulmate's message was a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Okay, So what's interesting is you both got full moon messages. To me, that symbolizes that there is a, it's like you're both at the same point in life when you connect, meaning that you have kind of gone through some cycles, some beginning of relationships, but this is really the culmination of love for both of you, meaning that neither of you has felt like you've actually connected with a soulmate already. It could also mean that you're both very close in age, okay? And I love the idea of the full moon in Libra and that balance. So your soulmate is coming into this relationship with a desire for an equal partnership, something that where both people are giving the same amount. And I think that's so beautiful because you were instinctively drawn to the dog card, and the dog card is all about that partner, that true, you know, like someone who's just there for you. And I feel like this person is definitely someone who's interested in getting married. We have the Libra symbol here of justice too. So there could be a connection to the law, to the legal world. But it feels like, with your message being surrender to the divine, that there is a divine timing at play, and there's this fated quality that happens. And I feel like you kind of resisted a little bit. I'm not sure why. We're going to pull cards and see what's going on here, but that's what I'm feeling at first. Now, the full moon in Libra happens during Aries season, so this is bringing forward both Aries and Libra in terms of zodiac signs, okay? They don't have to be, you both got full moons. The moon is ruled by Cancer as well. So let's just see what comes through in terms of soulmate energy. What's going on here? Let's get your cards first. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Look at that. That's such a harsh one, but it really gives the message. Something really being over, the end of a difficult cycle, okay? Interesting, because your message was surrender to the divine. There's a finality here. This is showing a difficult cycle coming to an end. There's a bull in this picture. I don't know if there's a Taurus in your life, or if you're a Taurus, you don't have to be for this message to really apply. Tens are all about endings, and so this is showing an absolute final ending of a long, difficult cycle. But it's like surrender. Stop getting up. Stop fighting for something that isn't worth it. It could be that you've had this sort of repetitive connection with someone, and this is a signal that is over. That comes before your connection with this soulmate, okay? This can also just show like a lot of heartbreak, a lot of breakups, or just not having that love energy. That's coming to an end. That's over. Okay. Wow. Intense. And that's so interesting that comes with the surrender message, because certainly there's no getting up with the 10 of Swords. It's like it's just happening. Followed by the 10 of Cups reversed. Whoa, yes. You have some major endings coming. Look what's at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers on the other side. Wow. Okay, beautiful. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like there could have been some sort of deception or communication issues in past relationships. You might have always wanted some sort of deeper connection with someone, and they weren't at the level with you, okay? It could also mean that it's time for you to like really reconnect with that emotional part of yourself, okay? This can also, because of your soulmate's message of a win-win outcome is forecast, I feel like, remember I said I didn't know what the conflict was or what you're overcoming, but there's like something you're overcoming. Well, here I see that it's overcoming this, this very sort of long drawn out battle. And it feels like you know, sometimes when we get used to fighting with something, it becomes comfortable, but it's not good for us. And I think that's what the story is here, okay? So it's like the universe is saying that there's something, like some sort of relationship, you know, maybe some of you were married, doesn't have to be, but just like conflict, this state of like conflict is coming to an end. And it's like, it's about you getting back to that feeling of being able to express yourself and not be afraid to get like slammed here. Because this is an ending that has been inevitable. Like, this is something that may shock you or may upset you, but in the end, it was meant to be, and it serves you in the long run, right? So you have to allow this change to move through you instead of resisting it, which is what the surrender to the divine message is, okay? You're releasing what no longer serves you and moving forward towards what is meant for you. So it could be painful. You could have gone through a painful breakup, a painful divorce, something with your family, something really hard. But the bottom line is you're moving towards this. And isn't it interesting? You're going to a win-win outcome with the scales, with the balance, and then the lovers, the two geese flying in the same direction. That balance is here, okay? So the lover's energy is Gemini. We have the Libra full moon, Libra. We also have Aries coming through in terms of your soulmate. Okay, let's get some messages from the Oracle about this connection. Choices. Wow. Some sort of big choice. Interesting, because the lovers is also about choices, and it's that idea of Gemini energy, partnerships, choices. This is a choice whether to surrender and allow this ending and not to fight for something that you really know is over, okay? I feel like you're going to have a big choice coming up, or you've recently made one, which is leading you to this connection. Lined up. Talk about surrender to the divine. It is all lined up for you. You just have to step into it. So just know that your soulmate energy comes after a very difficult ending. So if you haven't experienced that yet, you may go through that. You may think that you met someone and it doesn't work out, and just know that that was meant to be, to get you to the place of the true soulmate. Okay, and if you have been through this, then just know that this is what's coming. Now, both of these are air energies, so I do think it's quick. It's not long after this, okay, because air energy moves quickly. Yeah, let's see. This is full moon in Libra, Aries time period. Yeah, I would say within a year from now. Okay, let's look at any other messages from Aphrodite for you today about this soulmate. Ooh, that one definitely jumped out. Ooh, Harmonia, Aphrodite's daughter, wedding, harmony, elope, excitement, number 21. This is a serious relationship. Yeah, and look at how they're both, this is, you know, in this deck, the lovers are two geese flying, and they're flying towards the future, and it's like elopement, excitement. This is flying fast. This is moving quickly. So after you connect with your soulmate, there's going to be a commitment. Almost immediately, number 21, within 3 weeks, maybe even. I mean, definitely under 2 years. So yeah, this moves very quickly, maybe even an elopement. Oh, wow, I love it. Okay. You're gonna know and move fast. Let's see what else we have. black pearl, Aphrodite's secrets, mysterious, rare, intrigue, black, number 53, keep your secrets for now. This is interesting given these two tens. So I feel like either there's something that you find out that's going to lead you to make a choice, because you have that choices card coming up. But the message here, and it's not for everyone, but it's just for those of you that this applies. If you found something out, just hold it for a while. You'll know when to release it, but it's divine timing. So don't push things right now, okay? And that's not for everyone, but that's for a few of you, okay? Because I do think with the scales coming through, that sometimes indicates divorce or something about justice or legal stuff. So you just want to listen to the message of the black pearl. Okay, let's roll the Astro dice and see what other signs and symbols come through for you today about the soulmate. Okay, look what's there. Oh my God. Okay, pause it. Pause the video. Libra, Aries, okay, 9th house, Mercury. Look at this. 9th house is legal stuff. So yeah, this person could definitely be a lawyer. There's something legal, a divorce, something going on here. A win-win outcome is forecast. And the full moon in Libra, which happens during Aries season, which is what I said, Aries, Libra. Okay, so just know that if you face a situation, either you going through a divorce or some sort of legal problem or something, or your partner does, this is going to all work out. Mercury, secrets being revealed. Okay, hold it for now. 9th house, which is Sagittarius energy, expansion, foreign people, places, education, and legal stuff. Ooh, exciting. That's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, write your comments below if you'd like a private reading, if this really is intriguing for you, or if you just want another question answered, you can get one. I do 3 and 6 card private readings. I videotape them just like this, and you watch it on a private link right here. So if you'd like that, it takes about a week. Use the links below to book that. All of my decks are for sale as well. I am sending you so much love. Good luck. Oh, I can't wait to hear about it. Hey, number 3, let's get started on your reading. You chose the Sun today, and the Sun card in the Lenormand deck is just this beautiful, positive, absolutely stunning message about success and happiness. And even if negative cards come through in a reading, when you have this card, it completely overshines all of that. It just shows that there is hope, there is joy, and there is excitement and success for you. So I love that you were drawn to this. Now, we're looking at messages about your soulmate. I pulled 2 cards today from the Moon deck to start with. These represent the energies of you and your soulmate, and any kind of connections between you or what brings you together, just kind of general messages to get us started today. So you have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So that's your message. Your soulmate's message is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay. Well, this is kind of interesting because when I pulled these, I thought to myself, wow, those for the Sun card, that's kind of interesting because I think of this as sort of the solstice, right? And the solstice happens on June 21st, the longest day of the year. And it's Cancer season. And it's a solar day, but it's right on that cusp, like it's right, you know, the Gemini Cancer kind of period. So that's kind of interesting because you have a message about Cancer and Gemini here. The full moon in Cancer, is talking about an emotional release, something that you have been holding on to. It could be connected to your family, mom and dad, or just mom. There's some issue that is coming to a head and going to be resolved by the full moon in Cancer, which happens in Capricorn season. So this could be connected to some sort of resolution around a family issue, or it could be if you have a family yourself, if you have children, it could be around your children, something like that. But this is about family, okay? Cancer is all about family and home. This can also be about a move. And this can show you meeting your soulmate once that issue is resolved, okay? Once you resolve that issue, the full moon comes to a full position, and then it recedes. And that's your kind of message about your soulmate. So something around that is what precedes. And once you find that resolution, you connect, okay? It opens the gateway, or it makes some sort of connection for you. As far as your soulmate, communication is key, new moon in Gemini. This person has an energy of youthfulness. They feel possibly younger than you. This is somebody who has a need to talk a lot, okay? So they could be an air sign, they could be a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. They have communication is ruled, air signs are really connected to communication. And there's an idea here that this person either is slightly younger than you, or maybe slightly less mature in some ways, okay? They just have an innocence about them, okay? So let's get started, and I'm going to start with messages from the tarot and see what we can get about this message for you, the full moon in Cancer message, to start with. Okay. What do we have here for you? Ooh, okay. The Devil reversed. There's that Capricorn energy. So, with the full moon in Cancer, it feels possibly connected to your father, or a male sort of authority figure in your life. It could be a boss. It could be an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend, somebody that's causing you some distress. Okay, the Three of Wands reversed. That's this person in some ways is blocking your plans for the future, or there's some sort of delay in terms of expansion. But I think that your message is, that you're resolving this personal issue is some sort of block in some ways. But it's temporary, okay? I see you releasing this person. I see you, when the Devil is reversed, it's about releasing that negativity, releasing the hold that they have on you. The Three of Wands reversed just shows a delay in expansion, but it's not forever. It just shows that something is taking a little bit more time than you had hoped, but it's not taking forever. Okay, is this about frustrations? This is about frustrations, about your plans for the future, some sort of setbacks, miscommunications. Now, this can be the key here. Sometimes this represents miscommunications, and your message for your soulmate is communication is key. So what you want to do is make sure that whatever this personal issue is, you deal with it, and you don't let it bleed into the connection with your soulmate. Because when this person, I feel like this is a very close, there's a close connection between you moving away from this energy and solving this family issue or personal issue, and you connecting with your soulmate. So you just don't want to let that bleed into it, okay? This can discourage you, but it's only temporary, right? Stay focused, because even though things are delayed, it is going to be resolved, okay? So if you're in this state right now where you're like, oh my God, I can't take it, it's like, this is a message for you to hang in there, okay? Because it's actually not far off at all. This is delayed manifestations, right? This is blockages. This can also be a message of releasing this devil energy, okay? Whoever this person is, or whatever this thing is that has sort of a little bit of a hold on you, or who's blocking you in some way, okay? And it's coming through as Capricorn energy. So Again, doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but it can be somebody who has financial power over you, or it's male energy, father, boss, ex-husband, that kind of thing, okay? There's some sort of delay, but it's only temporary. This solution is going to be reached by the full moon in Cancer, which is you'll be on to your new life, and whatever this situation is that's been holding you back will be resolved by December, January, okay? So you'll be on your way. What's interesting is you started with the Sun, and as I mentioned in the opening, this card overshadows all of this, which shows you that these difficulties are temporary, okay? And the Three of Wands is a really great message about the future and making plans for the future. So right now you should be making plans for the future, releasing this devil energy, anybody that has a hold on you, and moving towards your new life. Communication is going to be key with your soulmate, and maybe you haven't had the best communication skills when it comes to relationships, so that's something you need to work on. And you can start with whoever this devil is by speaking up and speaking your truth to them, because once you do that, you get empowered and you can release that hold they have, and you can also speak your truth when it comes to your soulmate. Okay, let's see what messages come through about your soulmate. Ooh, look at that. Yes, communication is key. They have been through a heartbreak, okay? And this is sword energy, all about communication, air signs, new moon in Gemini, the Three of Swords. This person has been cheated on. There's been some sort of third-party situation. They need to trust you, and you both have threes in your reading. You have the Three of Wands upright, which is very, very positive. They have the Three of Swords upright. So for them, it's going to be so critical that you share everything. You can't not talk. And that might be a big thing for you. Okay. Yes. See, both of you have felt stuck in some way, okay? But it's really just you're learning your lessons until the universe can put you together. But what's interesting about you and your soulmate is that you've been through sort of parallel lives. You've been having, not in the same way exactly, because this is more about them being betrayed. I don't see that as much for you. I see you being like attached to someone that you shouldn't be, or they have some sort of power and it feels more financial. But for this person, it's they were cheated on, okay? And so they feel like they don't trust themselves, or they don't trust other people. So trust is going to be really, really important for you guys to establish. But that's part of your lessons together, is you providing them with that transparency. And look at that. That beautiful nurturing energy. So yeah, the Queen of Pentacles is all about family nurturing. This person's definitely looking for someone who wants to have a family, somebody who is interested in building a life together. This is somebody who definitely wants security. Okay, security, security, security. And that is what this connection is about. It's about growing a life together and moving on from difficult pasts, okay, and finding a balanced relationship, which both of you haven't really had. And you have sort of that in common. Beautiful, okay? So this person's coming through with a lot of earth too. Hard worker, somebody who's really into their job and also into home and family. Okay, let's get some messages from the Oracle. This is the Goddess Oracle. What do we have about your soulmate? Sweet. Oh, they've got sweet energy. Yes, and that beautiful Queen of Pentacles energy tells me that. And they have that youthfulness. Remember I talked about it. I know one turned over. Where is it? I felt it turn over. Come on. Ah. Capricorn. Oh my God. The devil energy. The Capricorn. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. I mean, there we go. Today's readings have been amazing. So yeah, that's a nod to the Devil card for you. That's also that Capricorn energy coming through, and there could be some sort of also a connection between you and your soulmate and work. Okay, you could meet through work. Okay, now from Aphrodite, what do we have? What messages do we have about your soulmate? Diamond, Aphrodite's gemstone, tough, clear, brilliant, pure. The bond between you is unbreakable. And you know, I didn't say this before, but I thought it kind of went without saying, but sometimes when these two energies come through like this is past karma between you that needs to be, needs to happen. So you're kind of coming back together for another shot. Okay, so we could also read this that way, which I won't go through and read it the whole way that as a past life reading, but because that's not what today's about. If you want a past life reading, you can use the link below and get a 3-card or 6-card reading. But these two really kind of signal that there's some sort of unfinished business between you. So there's that unbreakable bond, but also the symbol of marriage, security, tradition, which we had for your person. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's roll the Astro dice and see what else comes through about your soulmate. You have the first house. In astrology, you have Virgo, Scorpio, and the Sun. Oh my gosh. And you chose the Sun card. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So this is so powerful. There's a lot of joy and happiness between you. I feel like you both had difficult experiences in life up to the point of when you meet. Okay. Scorpio's about endings. It's about releasing. It could be connected to also the energy of that devil. We have Virgo, which is that energy of work, but also more importantly, communication is key. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. First house of self. That's what I said. I felt like you guys have been kind of through similar things. This could also mean that you share the same ascendant sign. Okay. Wow. That's your reading. I'm so happy for you because it really feels like both of you have been through some really tough stuff, and getting together with your soulmate really sort of makes it worth it. I am sending you lots of love. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, comment, share, do all those good things. If you want a reading, use the links below. It takes about a week. It's recorded just like this, and you watch it on a private link right here. And all my decks are for sale. I am sending you lots of love. I'll talk to you soon. Hi, number 4, you chose the ring today, and we're going to look at messages about your soulmate. And the ring is a message of commitment, much like an engagement ring or a wedding ring. It can also be connected to a legal contract. It's something that's lasting and bonding. Okay. Now, your first 2 cards are from the Moonology deck. And what I did was I pulled one for you, one for your soulmate. And I wanted to just kind of get an idea of what the energy around you, each of you was, as well as together, and get some clues about this connection. So let's start with your card, which is emotions are running high, exclamation point, supermoon. And your soulmate's message is, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Ooh, we just had a full moon in Scorpio. Ooh, okay. I think your person has just gone through something major. If you've already met your soulmate and you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, there's a huge connection between you. Maybe even there was a bit of an argument recently. But let's find out. Let's see where this is headed. And for those of you that haven't met yet, this is showing that it's going to be a very, very sort of intense connection, because you have emotions running high, and the full moon in Scorpio is certainly intense. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards. And we're going to get some more details about this connection for you. We're going to start with your message of emotions are running high here. The Queen of Swords. Ooh, okay. The Four of Swords. Okay, wow. And the Seven of Wands, and that is reversed. Okay. Let me make sure you can see everything. Okay, so Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is connected to air sign energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. She rules sort of with her mind. She's very clear. She's very decisive. She's very decisive. She has a very strong mind and intellect. She's ambitious. She's just very rational. Okay, so she's someone who doesn't go so much with her emotions normally. And she's just really about the truth and speaking the truth. So what's kind of interesting is that she's coming through with your message of emotions are running high. So I feel like this is telling me that maybe for you, you're someone that isn't all that comfortable allowing yourself to kind of really get super emotional. And I think that your soulmate is somebody that you're going to connect with in a way that you haven't done before, okay? And it's a way that really pushes you to grow in some way in terms of expressing your emotion. Now, you also have the Four of Swords upright, which is a time of rest and recovery and contemplation. It's like taking a break. Getting that break maybe from just focusing. You know, maybe your mind is always working, right? And so I feel like there's a situation in your life coming up, or maybe recently, where you've had to take a step back and say, okay, wait a minute. I need to actually not think my way through this. I have to feel my way through this. And this is about taking time to recharge and release stress before you take action. It's something about meditation. So I feel like there's some sort of event or something going on in your life that, or recently, or will be very soon in the near future, that's going to require you to take a step back and really get in touch with your feelings, okay? Then we have the Seven of Wands reversed, and the Seven of Wands reversed says that there could be some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of conflict going on for you where you feel like you're always fighting battles, or you're overcoming obstacles, or people are being critical of you, and it's left you feeling overwhelmed and tired and exhausted, which could be that Four of Swords. And this is about letting go of what's out of your control. And I think that there's a big message here for you about your soulmate being someone that you don't have to think your way through the connection. Like, it's going to be so intense that you just drop your defenses. You're not going with your head, you're going with your heart. That's the message that's coming through for you about your soulmate, okay? Let's pull some cards about your soulmate. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So the full moon in Scorpio just happened. So I feel like this connection could be very close to either having happened recently or happening soon, okay? Because this literally was yesterday. So this happens during Taurus season. It's extremely emotional. It's that Scorpio energy of connection, but also release, because Scorpio is about ending. So this person could have recently ended a connection. They could have come to some sort of revelation, something that is going to bring you together. Now, you could be in a relationship with your soulmate right now, and you've had to fight battles of outside forces who really don't want you to think you should be together. But how you feel is what's most important, okay? Because as the Queen of Swords energy, you're coming through as someone that wants to think these things through, but you can't. Sometimes you just love who you love, and that's okay. And that's what this is about. That's what this connection feels like to me. Whoa, yeah. So this person, I mean, there's a lot of talk about emotional stuff, intensity. Emotions are running high, supermoon, and time to release negativity. The Tower. The Tower is like something coming to an end, something really unexpected, some major event happening to your soulmate. So yeah, there's a lot of like intensity, like I said at the beginning of this, around this connection. The Tower brings something unexpected, some sudden change. Something that this person has built has come crashing down, but it's actually setting them free, okay? So although it can be painful, this is about them really letting go of something. So there's some sort of connection to a major event happening to your soulmate right around the time of you meeting. Wow. Okay, let's see what else. Lots of intensity here. They have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, okay? So it could be of financial nature. We have the Taurus, this full moon in Scorpio, which is the Taurus Scorpio axis, and here we have energy of money and work. I feel like this person could be changing jobs or have maybe even be laid off, something that actually leads them to really connect with what matters to them more and less about like just doing a job for the finances. I feel like that could be it. There could be some sort of disruption for them financially, but it ends up being one of those blessings in disguise. They could have Taurus or Scorpio planets. Oh, look at this. Okay, Page of Swords reverse. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I just feel like what's really interesting about both of you is there is a little bit of a tendency to kind of hold back. I think that together you're going to learn how to express yourselves in relationship better, okay? I think that this person is going through something pretty major, either right around the time that you meet or shortly after. And it's going to be really important for you to kind of move through those changes with this person and really address emotional stuff that it's going to help you grow, but it might not be easy. It's not going to be easy. Let's see what else we get about your connection. Yeah. So we have another card about money, values, and work, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles reversed is coming through as kind of like a connection between the two of you message. And when that's reversed, it's really about really learning how to invest in your relationship and knowing when it's time to leave something that isn't working, okay? I feel like both of you needed to learn that lesson before you came together. And so I feel like your soulmate is kind of having that happen right before you two come together. But there could also, when the pentacles come through, there could also be a connection to work. So you could meet through work, okay? Yeah, this person could lose their job and come work where you are. I don't think it's the other way. We're looking at Taurus energy pretty strongly for this person, as well as Scorpio. Let's see, one more, and then I'm going to pull some oracle messages. Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, I think you're both pretty strong people that have kind of a very strong point of view, and you're coming together to kind of to learn how to cooperate and to work together. There's a lot that keeps coming through about working together. So I do actually think you can meet at work. But yeah, there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of outside opinions around the two of you for some reason. And I think it's really about both of you learning to use your intuition, your inner guidance to make decisions that are best for you, and learning how to work through conflict. I think this is going to be a big lesson. Ooh, okay. Let's see what the oracle has for you. Oh, yeah, you know, the star card comes after the tower. The Aquarius energy has the starfish on it. And so this is a card of healing. It's a card of reaching for the stars, being with the flow of the universe. This connection is going to be very healing for you. Now, this can also indicate meeting through groups or through friends. Let's see what else we have. There could be an Aquarius in the picture here, either you or your partner. Labels, interesting. There's that outside opinions. Okay, so yeah, it's like people have opinions about the two of you. I don't know why, but they do. Sometimes it can be because you're in a group situation, and sometimes it can be because you're in a work environment where there's a lot of other people watching your relationship. It kind of feels like that, which could be why you have to take the step back, why you have to learn to protect what's valuable and let go of what doesn't really matter. Listen to your inner guidance. There is a lot of drama here, unfortunately, but after the drama comes healing, which is always the message of the star. The star in the tarot follows the tower card. So there's definitely a healing message here. Okay, let's get one from Aphrodite. What does Aphrodite have for you? A little gnat is flying around me, which is like a message about annoying people. So I would just say focus on what you think. There might be a lot of outside opinions. Red anemone, Aphrodite's flower, favorite, true love, treasure, monogamy, number 22. You are the only one. So yeah, there might be a little bit of conflict around that. You know, some friend groups, some other people, outside forces. That's about to go. So I'm going to end the reading right about now. I'm just going to roll the astro dice. Let's see what we have. Ah, Aquarius. There's the star energy. Whoa, Capricorn, that could be the work. We had so much with the pentacles here. The 8th house, which is money, resources again, and the North Node. This is your soulmate. This is a karmic connection. These are lessons that you are meant to learn together. Wow, that Aquarius message and the message of the star of healing is coming through very strong. And Aquarius is also connected to that Queen of Swords. So, wow. Big reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, write all your comments below. If you'd like a private reading, the link is in the description box. I record it just like this, and you watch it on a private link right here. So it's super easy. It takes about a week. I am sending you lots of love. Have a good one.